only me understand Tony right now.
Tony, boo.
Only me.
Don't let Candy hear that you don't understand it too.
She's Candy now.
Just bought that gold gown, so I wear just in case. Got the gold gown. But it's too much now. Like brand on everything. You don't have shape.
Is it my bumble?
We're looking at. Go and wear something, Joe.
Okay. They called him come outside. He said he's not going. But something didn't just feel right because Lima and Buse. And I think me and Lima have spoken at length. So look at this guy like he don't want me reach eviction, sha. You understand? Well, this is what it
the
is.
guy see the comment say, please let me take care of Tony. It's my bro. I love him. I'm like,
Make sure everything just calm down. Just look left, look right. You remember what I told you now? Someone has to go down for you to move.
Face of Image's housemate. What an excitement. Face of Image's housemate. What an excitement.
Good evening. Right? So who is offering me a seat?
Okay, bring him here.
Who? Okay. Who is actually the head of house?
Nobody.
Okay.
So you can sit
Then let
on
me share the seat.
Yes.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. Please, you all may be seated. So what's good? What's good? Huh? Eviction. Okay, there'll be an eviction today.
No.
Okay, maybe when I leave. Because I was not saddled with that responsibility.
Yeah.
So I actually came here to inspire you guys, discuss with you, know how far you've been friend in the show and all. So let's rub minds together. But before then, my name is Franco Nero. I was introduced as an entertainer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know some of you might really be wondering what he really does. I tell anyone that cares to listen that I'm into GH, General Hustle. Trust me. You understand? Like I am basically into entertainment. I started up as an MC and a comedian, and at some point I decided to, because I just felt I was too talented to be confined into a space. So I decided to expand my tentacles into event planning, management, and actually everything behind a very successful show. You understand? I want to have my name on it. So it's actually good seeing you guys in person because I've actually been following you and I've seen lots of you on TV. So you guys are the celebrities here today. Seriously, trust me. Trust me. For how long have you been here now?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. You guys are looking very good. Very good. All right, so let me meet you guys. You are?
My name is Antonio Paracha, aka
And you? Oh.
My name is Chikala.
Okay. Lima.
Glory editor, Coconuts.
You were one set of house, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's tell you that I know you. All right. Kali.
Adele Jeremiah, aka Jerry Rhymes.
My name is Manuela, aka Ella Duchess.
Ella
Duchess.
Ella Duchess, all right.
My name is Agogo Ben, aka Miss Snow White.
Oh, Miss Snow White. Miss Snow White. Mommy Gio. All right.
My name is Adora, Blessing Adora.
Okay.
My name is Candy Blix.
Oh, Candy.
I'm Rex Dorothy.
Okay.
Rex.
MEP.
MEP. And you
Sunday
are
Margaret, Maggie.
Maggie
Golden Crown, aka Crowley.
Crowning.
Igbo Samuel, aka Sam White.
Sam White. Sammy or Sam White?
Sam White.
Sam White.
Oyemi Gabriel, aka
Dembele. Yeah, that's one of my favorite footballers, so I took interest in the name. And you are Debbie. Okay, so how many of you left in the house? And how many started the journey? 37. 37. And now we have how many left? 18. So that means how many so far have actually left the house? 20.
Yes.
But I thought you said 37.
Yeah, someone joined us.
Okay, 38, 38, 38. And 20 have gone so far. And you're still in the journey. Aren't you guys lucky? Celebrate yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. For real, it takes a lot to come this far. I'm trying to imagine the sacrifices many of you have made. I know what it feels like being here, you understand, because so many people have actually encroached on your space, and I know many of you have been provoked at several times, and you just remember, oh, if not for wise one, what I would have done to this person and all that. I know, have there not been instances like that? So there's this saying that whenever you see people gathered and living in peace, it means somebody somewhere is actually enduring. Very true. And I know that has been the case, because so many of you have been taken out of your comfort zones, things you're not used to. I hear instances of people saying that they are not used to crowd. I hear instances of people saying that they don't share things with other people and all that. You know, this is an experience for you to know that even when you're pushed off your limit, this is how far you can go. Trust me. Because before now, many of you might not actually know you can actually endure this much. Human beings are dynamic in nature. And the fact that you've been able to adapt is why many of you are still here living peacefully. If I give an instance now, or I give you an opportunity now to speak about one housemate, maybe ex or present, that has gotten on your nerves, that seriously you wish all the lights would just be off and all the cameras off, so I just give the person a resounding slap. You understand? But you know, at times, for me personally, I don't believe in resolving conflicts through fisticuff. I believe in dialogue as the best form of conflict resolution. So whatever you're learning here now, whatever you're seeing here, is basically a life experience. So many people, I don't know where the cities you were auditioned, I don't know the towns you auditioned, but I certainly know that not everybody that came for the auditions was privileged to come this far. And it has been an amazing platform. Do you know what it is to be shown on air for 1 good hour every day on a cable channel that is viewed all over Africa and all over the world in its entirety? It's a wonderful platform. It's a wonderful privilege. You understand? I think the organizers also deserve a round of applause. So what do you guys think? The whole idea of saying you're scared of eviction. Eviction is an integral part of the game. The very first day you stepped your feet into the house, you should have it at the back of your mind that not everyone that came will actually see the end. You understand? But at least be thankful that you had the opportunity. See, the people you have here, these faces you have around you today, don't underestimate how far they will go. The contact you have made will last for a lifetime. I'm telling you. You understand it now? It is not what the platform gives to you. It is what you make out of the platform. Because you find out that the platform gives you like unlimited opportunities, but what exactly do you do with the platform? I hear so many people that will say, oh, how I wish I can actually get the opportunity to see Dangote one-on-one. And I ask this question, when you see him, what will you tell him? We all know he's rich. We all know he's super influential. But what will you tell him to actually get this connect and money off him? I don't know if anybody is seeing things from my perspective. I'm thinking like, so these are some of the things I think you should do. It has to do with your own creativity to make out the best out of this platform. You understand it now? So once again, I'd like to congratulate you guys Well done. It's been a very amazing season. They say it's the Slayers edition, and I came and I saw you guys slaying, as in like the Friday parties, always very awesome. Seriously, no matter where I am, I must not miss the Friday parties. I must watch. Carlin, why is your face like that now? I'm not saying anything, seriously. All right, so I don't know if any of you have anything to say so far, like the experiences. Like, I want to know what has been like the high point of this season so far. Have you been following the show? How many of you watched the one for last year? Okay, some parts of it. Okay, so what has been the challenges you faced so far this season? Let me just pick randomly. Cocolet, what has been like the challenges and what has been the high point of this year's season for you?
To me, well, I'll say the challenges to be based on an individual perspective.
Yeah.
To me, the challenges here is just like every other day stuff to me. Because I meet a lot of people out there. I came here, I met a lot of people too. So I was ready to mingle, I was ready to turn away, I was ready to bear. The voting aspect too is challenging, and the fact that you get to know that someone is going on with the money is also challenging. So we all have to put our efforts together and see what we can do to keep the show going.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's hear from you.
Well, so far so good. It's been challenging, and I don't know about others, but to me, I've become a better version of myself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I haven't really stayed with a group of people. I always stayed alone. So coming out here and realizing that some people like you, some people despise you, shows I'm making a good impact for myself. And tolerating some housemates, I could temperamental sometimes, but realizing that you get annoyed and there's nothing you can do about it. And the next minute you're talking to that person. It's like, gives me peace of mind. So to me, I just feel it's been life changing for me. I've even learned to be humble. That is one thing I learned here. So thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, there's something you said that I really need to like dwell on a little. Do you know that for every housemate that has been in this house, they represent the characteristics of certain individuals outside this house?
True.
And the fact that you've been able to cope with their excesses means that you can actually cope outside. Now, the thing is this. Carly now, for example, now, when you leave this house, you see someone that's behaving like in a funny way, you just remember, oh, I've actually lived with someone like you. And I was able to cope. And this way, the strategies I employed. And that way, you can actually live peacefully with the person. You understand it now? So that's the whole essence of it. That it's been a very wonderful season. Nigeria, Africa, and the world as a whole has been entertained by the Slayers in the house. You guys have been very, very entertaining. For many of you might, maybe from time to time you have access to your phones and all that, but that is not a true reflection of how people perceive you. I tell you, when you leave this house, you'll be amazed the fan base you've been able to create for yourself. Please and please make wise use of the opportunity. You understand it? No platform is too small. Don't underrate and feel, oh, there are bigger platforms. I wish. No platform is too small. Everything in life happens for a reason. I call myself a student of life because I learn every day. Your learning does not end with you graduating and having a certificate. You must learn every day. You only stop learning the day you breathe your last. So that is exactly what I want people to have at the back of your mind. You understand it now? Hi, remind me of the name.
Dorex.
Okay, Doris. Okay. So I don't think it will be out of place if I get to see. I've been seeing the rooms on TV. Why? Who will take me around?
It's a bad idea.
Very bad idea.
Okay, it's messed up.
Yes.
Packing.
It's a very bad idea.
It's going to stay in evictions. Everyone's packing stuff.
No.
Because I am looking at it from this perspective, like the faces I see on TV, partying, gisting. They said there's a twerker in the house.
Next to you. Next to you.
Maybe is that true? All right. All right. Eviction should not make you feel bad. If eventually the host for the event comes and you get evicted, see, don't leave the house and start speaking ill of the platform. The fact is, the cash prize, I heard they're doing the first and second this year. It's just going to be for 2 people, right? Not everybody. The day you signed in, you knew that it was going to be for 2 people. You understand? So if you don't win, I want you to have this thing at the back of your mind. At several points in time in your life, you have won one life battle. Do you know the day you got admission into the university, somebody else was rejected? In fact, the day you were giving birth to, somebody else died at childbirth. So it means that the day you win, somebody else lost. So if somebody wins today, just have it at the back of your feet that it is not your day. You understand it now? Because the day you will also win, somebody else will lose for you to win. Accept it in good faith. Be a good sportsman. You understand? Don't cry over spilled milk. Once the milk is on the floor, there's no way, it's spilled already. So just accept it in good faith and move on. It could be very painful though. You understand? Feel free to shed tears if you want to shed tears. If that's the best way you can actually ventilate how you feel and make yourself feel very at ease. But it's not the end of the world. So many opportunities will come. And also, have you noticed that for reality TV shows, it is not actually the winner that gets most successful? Have you noticed it?
Yes.
Most times. Seriously. So, have that at the back of your mind. Be a good chair. Continue. And make sure that you're appreciative that you actually came this far. Because those that were evicted would have wished to still be here. So it means that you guys are privileged to some extent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, anything you want to share with me, anything you want me to know, anything you feel has been bothering you, that you want to say, and you want me to help you communicate it to the wise one. You understand? Seriously, I'm ready to be that intermediary now. I'm ready to go errands for you. Wait, hey, Akade, let me hear you.
Nothing much actually, it's just my food.
I heard the voting lines are closed now.
Thank you.
Not this one.
You are wait till you escape this one first now. Who else? Okay, Handy.
Help me tell Wise One that I want to come for the Friday party.
And what makes you think you won't be there till the Friday party? What makes you think you won't be?
I won't.
All right, who else? Who else has something to say? All right, boss. Oh, yeah, let's hear you.
I really appreciate him a lot, impacting me in life into us and also for the phone.
For the food. All right. Okay. Okay. No. Okay, you want to know the person behind the wise one. Be very careful the kind of things you wish for, Debbie. You want to know the person
Maybe
behind.
wishing from the one. She's crushing on Wise One.
You're crushing on wise one. All right, wise one. If you can hear us, Debbie is actually crushing on you. I just said I should let you know. All right. Okay. Rhymes.
Sir, please, I want to beg you. It's not like you are sending you a message.
No, feel free. Feel free. I'll run errands for you.
The few, shall we say, few of us that make it to this point, if eventually we are evicted, that the wise one or you in person can still fix us in the society because.
All right. The thing now is this. The thing now is this. If I were in your shoes, Debbie, I won't even ask for a compensation money, because if you're compensated with money, you spend money. See, there's no amount of money you're giving to. The bigger the amount, the bigger your taste and the lifestyle you want to live. You understand? So no matter what you're giving, it is what you actually make out of it that really matters. And how can you benefit from this? It means when you leave, be very consistent. You could still send messages, you could still keep in touch and all that. You understand? You never can tell. You might actually be sitting on this seat the next season advising housemates like this. And how will you achieve that? It means that you have to be very consistent in your career and be of a very enviable position for you to be invited. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Sure.
You understand? So at every point in time, if you have the opportunity, don't go for fish. Teach them or tell them to teach you how to fish. You understand it now? Yeah. So who else? Who else has something to say?
My own is to appreciate the wise one and the entire organizers of the show.
Okay.
For the opportunity, their advice and their care within this period of time. That's all.
All right. Okay. You're welcome. I'm holding brief on their behalf to tell you that it's actually nice that you appreciate the little they've done for you so far. And you said? Okay, it's much. Okay. It's good that you appreciate the much they've done for you so far. And all right, I know wherever Wise One is, he's listening, because Wise One sees it all and he listens and hears every conversation. All right, would that be all? Would that be all? Any other person has anything to say? Mommy G.O.,
Sir,
you have anything to say?
my mouth is filled up.
And why now?
Eviction fever.
Eviction fever.
My mouth is filled up.
Okay, why?
I don't want to say thank you. So when I say thank you, it seems like I'm going.
But I want to ask you a question. Normally, there's supposed to be like a live show, right? You never can tell. Wise One might just be up to some pranks and there's no eviction today.
It's better he doesn't prank us. He shouldn't prank us. He shouldn't.
You know you can't predict the Wise One. He's full of mischief and pranks. You see? Abi, you never can tell what will happen. Why all this long face? It doesn't go back on his words.
You know. Wise One is our G.
You see? Wise One is our G.
It's our G. Oh.
So anything can happen. You never can tell. So basically, my coming to the house is just to inspire you guys and tell you to keep on keeping on, and to just be yourself. You understand? Certainly, not everybody here will win the prizes, but one assurance I'll give to you is that some people here will win. You understand? Some of the faces you're seeing here will actually win, because the winners won't come from outside. It's still the same faces. So at least that should gladden your heart that it should be you. Yeah, okay, Kokulet.
Sir, please. It's just what came into my mind. Is there no one here you can teach how to preach?
Is there?
No one here among us that have come this far that you can teach how to preach.
Certainly, but not in the course of the show now. You have to leave first. You say?
Give us your number now.
See, reaching me is very simple. If you send a message to the official social media handles, that easy, you get in contact with me. You understand? For those of you that have flair for entertainment, for those of you that want to go into presenting, anchoring of events and all that, you understand, we could actually have a discussion after the event, you understand, and we'll see how we can actually get you all started. Because even as a female, you have lots of opportunities in the entertainment industry, because the entertainment industry is kind of biased for females. Can they please, am I speaking your mind?
Yeah, you understand.
You understand? So if you come in, naturally, for an MC, most people would, what comes to your mind is a man. And you see that when the opposite sex excels in a particular field that is dominated by a particular gender, you kind of excel very quickly. It's just like when you see a guy that fixes nails,
Yeah.
or you see a female barber. I don't know if you understand. A female mechanic. You understand? There are high tendencies that they will be very successful. So for many of you that have flair for entertainment, we could actually have a conversation after the show. Is that clear? Okay, so I don't intend taking so much of your time or boring you. Like I said, have your mind open. You never can tell what will happen. So many of you that are actually scared of eviction and all that, you never can tell if there will be an eviction after all.
It's too light to be here.
You say?
Look at the other one here.
Lights.
4 lights. 4.
These lights.
Yes. Eviction lights.
The eviction lights. Okay. Don't you see these lights when you have your Friday parties?
Yes, we
So
are.
just Friday
It was not here in
party.
the morning. For it to be here at this time.
It was not here this evening when we were eating Indomie.
Yes.
It was not here when you were eating Indomie.
Yes.
Anything can happen
It's here
now.
for 2 reasons, party or eviction.
And it's definitely not party.
Alright, okay. Coincidentally, it might just be here because of my visit. You never can tell.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. It's not on this seat.
You say? Alright, maybe before I leave, what about if we all take a selfie together?
Definitely.
Alright.
Very important.
Why is on media?
Yes.
No, I'll use my phone. Alright, you guys just stand beside me. It's going to be a very crazy selfie. Ah, man. Man. Are we going to back the lights?
We are begging.
No, let's use the background. Let's move backward a little.
Okay, like we used to do now. Let the guys come forward. And
No, it's selfie now.
Okay.
Stop that. I don't know.
Can you all see yourselves?
Yes.
Alright.
Remove your
Okay. Let's do a video first.
Okay.
Base of images.
Yeah. Okay, see. Okay, what are we going to see?
If you love Wise One, say yeah.
No. Face of Images, Season 3, Slayers Edition. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Alright. 1, 2, go.
Face of Images housemate. What an excitement.
Are you serious?
It's the wise one! No?
He's not Wise One.
Wise one, please speak.
How did you know that one?
No, not doing it to. It's my man has spoiled me. Stand where? No, for eviction, guy.
Adora, please be seated.
The stage is yours now.
Thank you, wise one.
Hey, you're kidding me.
Okay, it's not the
Yes,
right
my
one.
way.
Yeah, snap to Jesus.
The journey of 3 weeks will end here for some people. This is one moment of the show that I know many of you pray never existed. But I tell you, it's an integral part of the show. But just before we continue the session, I don't think it would be out of place if you guys, all those up for possible eviction, should hug themselves, because you might not have the opportunity to do so again. So, very quickly.
Correct.
I know her. Nasty thing, come here, baby. Oh, what have I know her? What have I know her? Nasty thing, come here, baby. MP. Samuel, come here. Candy, husband. Galaba, come here. Candy, have I also here? Carlos,
Who else? I'll give you that
Face of Image's housemate. What an excitement.
You have come this far, and I want you all, even at your exit, to see it from the perspective that you came, you saw, and you conquered. The very first housemate to be evicted tonight is just before I make the announcement. Remember, eviction is not the end of life, but the beginning of a new life entirely. The very first housemate to be saved is Maggie. Can you remain still? Even from this point, I can feel your heartbeats, but the wise one has saddled me with this responsibility, and I can't defy the instructions of the wise one. The very first housemate to be evicted tonight is Crowny. Please pack your things and go back upstairs. You're safe.
Jesus. I should go upstairs.
You may leave now.
Jesus.
This is one time when silence actually speaks louder than voice. Tonight, relationships will be broken. Tonight will mark the exit of your dear friends, bedmates, and probably your crushes. Miss Snow White. Debbie, just one question for you. If tonight eventually happens to be your last on the show, what is one thing you say you miss the most?
Okay, well, I wish I really had one of those, but I'm gonna miss everyone.
And I'm very sure everyone will also miss you because you've just been evicted. Pack your things and leave immediately. Kali, how exactly do you feel? If eventually tonight happens to be your last, what exactly will you want to be remembered for?
I remember everything.
What will you want to be remembered for?
Okay. My troubles. I know troublesome, so kind, and kind, nice person too. So I believe they will miss me for that. And my laugh, always laugh.
I hope so too. I'm sorry, Kali. But this is not your last day because you're saved. Leave for your room immediately. Miss Snow White. Oftentimes, even in the show, I've heard them refer to you as the mommy GO. That means so many of them saw in you a motherly figure. Many of them respected your display of motherly characteristics. If indeed the house saw in you a mother, then to be sad. Because the house will be losing a mother. But not tonight because you're saved. Please, you may leave now. Sam White.
Yes, boss.
What exactly was the most remarkable thing for you this season?
It's been awesome, boss. Please, having a new life, got a new experience, and this new family is just the king as well. That's always been part of me when I was a little boy. So, I believe the best is yet to come.
Sam White.
Boss.
You sound very optimistic, and I like your faith, because indeed, the best is yet to come. Pack your things and leave, you just been evicted. Cocolette. You have rather a very intimidating record this season. Twice you were head of house, right? Yeah. And that made lots of housemates envy you, because it was as if it was all good luck for you. But just like I said, maybe then it was your time to shine, but nobody remains on the spotlight forever. Today you're up for possible eviction. I guess then as head of house you were immune to eviction. Twice you were aiming for possible eviction. But I'm sorry, because tonight feel free to take the wig off if you need some air. Cocolette. This is not the end of the road for you. You're saved.
Oh, come here. Oh my God.
Hello, Duchess. You're not wearing a smile. Learn to smile even in the most awkward situations. You never can tell. Hello, Duchess. Who is that one person you say has been a very tremendous friend to you so far?
Tremendous friend. Nobody in particular. Everybody has actually been there for me, showing me love. Just few legit people. Nothing in particular.
So it means if today happens to be your last, you miss them all.
Yes, of course.
Hello, Duchess. I'm sorry, because you're indeed going to miss them all, but not today because you're saved.
What? What? Oh my God! Oh, Jesus! No. What? Oh man! Oh man, I'm in this shit. Oh God!
The Billy.
Yes, boss.
How exactly are you? Are your things properly packed? Where are your things?
Upstairs.
Where?
Upstairs.
The things are properly packed.
Yes, boss.
It's going to be a very long night for you, Dembele. Because you've just been evicted. Please pack your things and leave immediately. Maggie. Maggie. Like I said before now, feel free to allow the tears flow if that's the best way you can actually express yourself. Maggie, you might have given this your best shot. But remember, at times, our best might not just be good enough. You've been so much of a positive vibe in the house, and you brought lots of positive energy. But like they say, everything that has a beginning must surely have an end. Accept the verdict in good faith and be of good cheer. Maggie, please immediately pack your things and go back upstairs yourself. Dorex. Dorex. It won't be out of place if I tell you at this point that in the course of this event, you have been one of my very favorites. And I feel rather privileged seeing you in person. But it's actually sad that we are meeting on this note. Because you've just been saved.
What? Shit.
Chikala. 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 Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like I've said before, accept the outcome in good faith. The fact that you came this far alone is an amazing privilege. very sure all housemates will miss your positive energy. But just in case today happens to be the last, then it means today will be the last you hear from the wise one. Today will also be the last you see some of those pretty face. And it also means that you're no longer in the race for the cash prize and the car gift. Chikala, that is exactly your fate because you've just been evicted. Please leave immediately. And for housemates that don't have a business downstairs, please, you may want to return to your rooms. Tony Payne, step forward. Remain where you are. Jerry Rhymes. Adora, show me the way out. But just before I leave, can the Bleaks please pack your things and leave immediately if you don't get evicted? At this point, I have just 5 housemates remaining. 2 stays, 3 leaves. Two stays, 3 leaves. I told you before now that the wise one could decide to twist the game at any point in time. Two stays, 3 leaves. I'd like to ask for the very last time if your things are properly packed because you have limited time to spend in the house immediately you're evicted. And since you might not be seeing yourselves again, the very last parting hug. Please give yourselves the very last parting hugs. I need the 5 of you to hold yourselves together. because you're all saved. I wish you good luck.
Jesus. What? It's time to celebrate. Jesus. 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 Jesus, 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 Jesus. Oh God of Jeremiah, oh God of Jeremiah, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. God of Jeremiah, I shall thank you, 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 thank you. God of Jeremiah, 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 God of Onyekachi, God of living power, thank you so much. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, 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 Jesus.
Housemates.
Oh, God, God.
Housemates on the ground floor. Remain where you are. It looks like our guest has forgotten something. It's coming to pick up. Adora, go to the door and welcome our guests. Remain standing. Housemates in the sitting room. Any pain? Return back to the sitting room. MEP, return back to the sitting room. Now, we have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for the wonderful prank, Frank and Errol.
Like I'll say, it's not yet over until it's over. For those of you that felt comfortable, you did that too early. Jerry Rhymes, pack your things and leave it evicted. I told you, I said 2 stays, 3 leaves.
Face of Image's housemate. What an excitement.
Yes, lovely Sharon.
Yes, wise one.
So we share the cash price.
We'll think about it.
And when you drive today, I drive tomorrow.
No problem, wise At least we'll be able to see you.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so.
And that's why you thought it was a wise one.
Yes.
I wanted to
When all announcement of proposition should rise. Tony Payne, you wanted to tear my guest away.
So the day should cash
I
outside.
thought he was wise when he spoke exactly the way.
The last one.
Yes.
The last word.
I
That's
wanted
not
to
wise
jump
voice
on
now.
him for real. I thought he was the wise
That's
one.
why they have a thicker voice.
For that reason, I remain invisible to eternity.
Face of Image's housemate. What an excitement.